Shive. I played trombone, and I started with the ASO my last semester of college at Mount Union, and that was about 11 years ago. And I think I've played just about every semester since. I think at the time I knew about the ASO because I would cut through the building on Thursday nights and heard them rehearsing, but I think I just came in for the last few weeks because they needed a trombone player, and I graduated, and I think in the next few months, maybe a semester or two in between, Cynthia called me, the orchestra manager, and said, "Hey, I heard you're still around. Would you be interested in playing?" And I wasn't really playing that much, probably once every few months. And I said, "Yeah, it'd be nice to play about every week." So that's what started it. And I drove from Canton. Now I drive from Louisville, so it's pretty convenient. Well, I work for Stark Parks in the marketing department, so I'm all over Stark County talking about biking, hiking, fishing, all the great things you can do. And a great thing about that job is I also coordinate our concert series. So I book symphony performances and smaller groups, big bands, to oldies, to just acoustic guitar. So I have a lot of fun doing that. And aside from that, I like to bike a lot, so I'm usually out on a trail. And involved in the Rotary Club in Louisville, so I volunteer and do a few things with the club for the community as well. Pines of Rome concert was pretty enjoyable and challenging. I think that was just in the last year and a half. Might have been the first concert in the new auditorium. And going way back to, I think, 2006, we did, it was called Hilaritas, and it was chorus for some parts of it, big band and symphony all put together. And it was kind of a Christmas jazz style performance. And I remember that vividly because I was really sick and I don't even know how I played my trombone, but I still will listen to that recording almost every December around holiday season. I think music is a great kind of conversation topic or icebreaker in a lot of groups, so usually it just kind of comes up organically. "Oh yeah, what else do you do?" "Well, I play trombone." "Really? Somebody in their 30s plays trombone still, And so that just kind of kicks it off. "Well, where do you play?" And so I'm like, "Well, I play in a few big bands. I play in a concert band over at Kent Stark, and I play in this group called the Alliance Symphony, and it's a community orchestra that features students and community members coming together." So it's pretty seamless to get the conversation started. And I just talk about how unique it is that it's still challenging, and I probably get more nervous sometimes for an ASO performance than I did in high school and college, and some other things that were maybe more technically challenging, just because in the symphony I'm that much more isolated a lot, and I really have to pay attention to tuning in every little note, because I'm the only one on that part, and it'll stick out if not. I started on piano when I was an elementary student, and getting the trombone was my bargaining chip to quit piano lessons because I hated them so bad. So I begged my mom. I said, "I'll promise I'll practice harder, and I'll work a lot harder." So I took up trombone in 5th grade. I definitely go through a pretty regimented warm-up technique, long tones. I do some lip slurs, some 16th note patterns. And one thing I'm very different from a lot of musicians is I probably drink like a gallon of water before I play. And while I'm playing, I always have water sitting there, and I'm just constantly guzzling that during performances. I don't know, a lot of musicians must not get as dry as I do. I don't know. Well, I did spend some time on the Alliance Symphony board a few years ago, right after I got married, and I was just kind of looking to immerse myself in something. And so we did a lot of great things then, and I'm happy that some of those are still, they were sustainable. They're still being continued today. Some of the fundraising efforts, and helped get a new website underway, which it's probably time to do that again almost. It's been a few years. So I'm pretty proud of some of those accomplishments, kind of music related, but not necessarily behind the music stand. I guess from just sitting in the trombone position and just looking at how we have consistently, even though some students only come for 4 or 6 years, they might be in high school or playing the summers when they're home from college, just the ability to continue to have a core group of community members, but also mix those students in and make them feel welcome. I think that's a problem with a lot of community groups is you kind of walk into a situation where all these networks already exist, and they're not always the most welcoming. And I think the Alliance Symphony does a really good job doing that for its students and new